Keep your radio dial right here. You're locked into the hottest news station on the planet. Hot 702.5 in FM sound. Blazing today's hip-hop, R&B, and pop music. Keeping your radio on fire. Bringing you the hottest, realest, riskiest talk shows live 24/7 on hot7025fm.com.
Hey y'all, it's your girl Cheryl Underwood, and you're tuned into the hottest news station on the planet, Hot 702.5.
What's going on, everybody? It's your main man, 360, the poet from the Morning Wood, and I'm here to talk to you about the Sci-Fi Center. It's your Vegas home for science fiction, horror, and fantasy. From comic books, toys, and posters to movie screenings and live events, they've got you covered. Located at 900 Cameron Avenue, Suite B209, give them a call, 702-900-4335, or reach them at thescificenter.com.
Hey, what's up?
All your favorite artists.
Check it out.
Say my name.
DJ Khaled.
This is Mila J.
Bruno Mars.
On hot7025fm.com.
Good morning to you. It's a blue moon today. Happy blue moon. I wore my blue for that reason. I had
Y'all
to
ready for this
find
blue
me
moon?
something real quick to see what was going on. But what's the deal, beautiful people? Welcome to Let's Talk Love. It is Love Talking Wednesday, and I'm your favorite prescriber, Ms. Love Doctor, and this is my beautiful co-host.
Hey y'all, Beauty on the Beat.
We out here pushing beauty and love like wait, you hear me? And this is the hottest and sexiest, spiciest station on the planet, period. Hot 702.5
Period.
FM. And y'all ready to talk some love with us today? What's up, Kiara? You ready? I'm ready for the wives. It's time. It's go time. We got a date, baby. So thank y'all for tuning in. Of course, if nobody has told you today that they loved you, we would like to be the first. We love you.
We love you guys
And,
so much.
What's the deal, friend? How you feeling?
I'm feeling amazing. I'm feeling happy. You know, it was a great a weekend, you know. Beyonce was in town, so y'all ladies was looking, y'all was ready.
Listen, it was beautiful to watch everybody's story, and I watched everybody's story on Sunday as if I didn't go to the concert on Saturday, but it was a movie, and I almost missed it because I wasn't like pressed. I wasn't like, oh my God, Beyonce coming to town, let me get me a ticket. I think I heard that they were expensive, so I never even looked into them. And then my best friend was like, girl, it was an experience, and we need to fly somewhere. Let's go. And I said, well, she gonna come here. So she flew here.
Period.
And we went, and we had a good old grand old time. We dressed like some little sexy cowgirls and all of that. You know what I'm saying? My cowgirl boots on.
They was looking real. I love the looks. I love the hair, makeup, the outfits, the silver. It was everything for me.
I liked my pink, right? But that black and silver was killing the game.
Nisha, she was looking good.
Oh my God!
I was like, girl,
yes.
where the pants? Where you get them? What?
Girl, I watched her put an outfit together too, but
it was killed.
In my mind, again, I wasn't buying no outfit to go to Beyonce. I wasn't trying to, so I'm like, I'm gonna work with what I got to get what I want. You know what I'm saying? So anyway, I guess I was cute. Some people tell me that that's whatever. But she did. Beyonce was doing her thing. I was more happy to see my niece, Blue Ivy.
She was killing it.
Oh my gosh, I was so excited. I was like proud. Like my niece was up there getting it. I can't wait to see what.
That's exactly what I was thinking. Like, oh my God, Woo could so do them dances. Okay.
Me and Woo gonna do it on TikTok on Memo. All right, so real quick, we're gonna show some love to our sponsors. What's up, Miss Sophia? How you doing?
Girl.
Keys Royalty Love House of Love, where the key is repairing, restoring, rebuilding from love from within, because it's all about self-love first, and then we can love other people second. Right. Essential relationship coaching, where we rebuild and reestablish the foundation of the relationship. And then Keys Do Love Mommy nonprofit organization, creating a healthy village of parents, so therefore they can be healthy and empowering for their children. It is necessary. Also, we are always staying on hair and beat. Y'all see my friend over here with this blonde hair?
Trying something different.
Y'all see my friend with this blonde hair killing it? She doing it subtly, like It ain't. She didn't just pop out with some blonde hair, but I'm gonna put a little highlight on it, spotlight on it.
Thank you. I had red, and I was like looking like
Gingy.
Ariel. Yeah.
No, it was. I called her Gingy.
Yes, it was. But I'm just trying to get out of my comfort zone. Oh, let's cheers it.
I made us a special drink.
Boom. I'm like, dang, I've been drinking it, so it ain't no more in this one. So, babe.
All right, so if y'all want to comment in the comments, thank you for being in the comments. Drop some hearts. Make sure y'all let us know because this topic is about to be juicy, right?
Ooh.
If you want to call in, 702-551-5261. We'd love to hear from you. You already know, keep it respectful and classy. That's all we ask.
That's it.
And now, so the topic of today.
What's the topic of today?
Well, the topic of today is are lonely in love. Being lonely while in love, right? So I guess the first question that I want to ask, just to jump it off, is do you mind being alone, like alone time?
I could say at one point I didn't like it. I don't like to be. I'm used to, like, if you're a sibling, you grow up with around a whole bunch of people, you're used to people. So no, I'm not okay with just being by myself
now at this age.
At this age, I can see the upsides to it, but I like to enjoy and have fun
with humans.
Like I can't. I feel like I'm not doing anything if I'm just laying there not doing anything. Like if I'm just there, if it's just me, I'm just going to go to sleep. I'm just going to smoke and go to sleep. That to me is not fun.
So boring.
So,
okay, so cool.
What do you think?
Actually, I'm fine with being by myself. Like sometimes it's cool because I don't know how to word it without sounding like people get on my nerves. But like sometimes,
say that about Capricorn.
No, because you think about it, like sometimes it's cool. It's cool to be by yourself and reflect and rethink about shit. So no, I don't mind being alone. And even if it was a time in my life where I did have an issue with it, I've learned how to be okay with it. Like, okay with being in my own company. Because I be chilling. Like, I be cooling. When you really think about it, like, when you be cooling, you be by yourself, I get what you're saying, because you have a family. You have people that's in the house all the time. Maybe me and my dog. So when I think about it like that, sometimes there's no drama. You get what I'm saying? There's no disruption. There's... I'm chilling, like straight chilling with a candle lit and some music of my choice, and I'm chilling.
Yeah. I ain't lived like that in a long time.
long time.
That's never happened to me.
So what about, do you ever feel lonely? Because that's a difference.
Yes, very much so. Very much so, especially when you the things that you like to do, the things that you want to do, the things that you want to talk about, and the people that are around you are not interested, don't want to hear it, you don't even want to, so you feel like, well, shit, what? I talk to myself a lot. My kids, not like, who you talking to? I'm just thinking of things in my mind, and I'm just saying it to myself in the mirror.
Because y'all not listening to me anyway.
So I'm like, I just got to get it out. I gotta get it out.
Yeah, I hate when people say, like, oh, you must be crazy if you talk to yourself. I'm like, listen, who else is better to sort this shit out with than me?
Right?
Or you think that's a Capricorn? I don't know, but I feel like
I know I do it all the time.
We all gotta talk about this.
My daughter
shit.
says she does it. She's like, Mom, I be in here just talking to myself.
You gotta try to understand things.
Yeah,
that's you sorting it out. So we got KB Styles in the building.
Hey.
Jen said, don't mind it at all. I have children, so me time is needed. Human interaction is great when I want it. LOL.
I get that.
I feel like seldomly sometimes I feel lonely, but like it's a quick, like a wind.
like I've never been to the movies by myself. I've never took myself out on a date by myself. Like I don't do anything by myself.
I don't think that I did probably ever until I was like naturally transitioning to move here, because I started doing shit way different. Like I didn't know why I was doing it the way I was doing it either. Like I drove out of town by myself to go see a friend, and then I went to the club by myself. KB and them like, why did you go by yourself? I'm like, I don't know. I just wanted to go, but I think my mind was prepping me for moving here because I was gonna have to be going out by myself. So I kind of got used to that, and then in a period of time when you feel like people ain't people in the way you need them to people. And you still want to.
I love that.
You still want to get outside. You still want to do something. Go do it. I've wasted a lot of time, and I didn't do a lot of things waiting on other people to say yes, they want to go. No, they don't want to go. What's they? Not. And it's not like that's a problem, but sometimes it's like you want to do it. Yeah. So you need to do what you need to do. So
yeah, that makes sense.
But people think that being alone is a bad thing, and it's not always a bad thing. It could be very powerful if you embrace it and enjoy time with yourself.
That's what I'm learning. Right? I'm trying to figure that out.
So, people think that when you're single, like, you are also experiencing being lonely. Like, that's the lonely emotion that you're having because you're single, and I think that's far from the truth for a lot of people. Some people possibly feel, lonely, but I think for a lot of people, like, that's far from the truth, what I'm saying? Because most people that are single are happy as hell.
Hey, I've been noticing that.
Be waking up like, oh my gosh, nobody broke my heart yesterday. Nobody hurt my feelings. Nobody said no stupid shit. Did nobody cheat on me? Like, we are great. What are we going to eat today?
True. When you only have to worry about yourself, that's something that I've never experienced.
What are we going to do today? But, and then, like I said, like, not saying that you probably don't feel lonely sometimes because companionship is necessary. But if you can't be alone with yourself and be okay with that, you have to look at what's going on with that, because how are you going to necessarily be fulfilled just because other people are around?
Yes. That's something that I'm examining going into my 40s. That's something that I've actively noticed.
Like, bing.
Yeah, like, I'm like, okay, Marquita, my favorite movie, we always talk about it. Oh my God. Inside Out.
How is it your favorite? And you never remember the words?
I know, because I'm just saying, Inside Out, like, it's okay to have those times. You're building yourself.
Your core memories.
Yeah. So it's okay to take some time out for yourself. It's okay to do something for yourself.
Yeah.
That's where I feel like I don't know the balance of, I enjoy doing things that I want to do that I enjoy, but I also have an issue with other people having an issue with me enjoying doing the things that I enjoy.
But why would they have an issue with you doing things that you enjoy when people do what they enjoy?
Because I am
no
longer
used to.
Exactly.
Oh, I get what you're saying.
You feel me? Like, it is hard for me to take myself out of it, because it's like, hey, I'm programmed to do it. I am.
That's a word. Programmed. That is the word of the day. Damn. But today we definitely talking about feeling alone within your relationship, right? And I know this might be a little touchy for some people, because sometimes people definitely, feel alone. So I hope that it can be some information that's helpful for you, and you can take it and apply it as you see fit. But what does lonely even really mean? We got to do the definition, right?
Period. Come on.
So y'all know, the people who've been listening, y'all know when I don't like it when it's not a in-depth definition, or it's just bland. So basically it's no companionship, which I could see that. Solidarity, I guess you alone. Sad, I guess you could be, but you're not always sad when you're lonely.
Yeah.
No friends, but is that always the truth? Or company.
So that's, okay. So lonely can be if you're not around anyone, if you're wanting companionship. What was that other word you said?
Solidarity?
Yeah, what is that?
Like, just you, solitary, just one.
Oh. But I thought solidarity means when you all come together in solidarity.
When you play solitary, it's just you, right? The card game?
True, that's true.
It's just one person.
See, again, I'll be talking to my niece and be like, you be making up words, bitch, you do too. I see that's
the
where
meaning in.
You
plug the meaning in. Listen, this is what it means to me, but it may be a synonym or something that's close to it that you're just using the wrong word. Because I think I know what you're talking about. Now, how do you know that you're lonely in your relationship? So you might look at it like we're together all the time, so there's no possible way that I feel lonely. Like, how?
Oh, it happens a lot.
Like, we're together every day. We even both work from home.
Yeah.
We're together all the time. There's no way we could be lonely.
I think COVID taught us about loneliness.
What you mean?
I think COVID taught us about being lonely in a relationship. Because when you are so focused on the task that has to be done, far as the kids, the household, your job, everything is pulling you in a certain way. So when you are focused on those things and feeling like you have your partner or the partner that you're with, you can't have a conversation with, or you guys are on the phone, or they're playing the game. You guys are in a relationship, laying in the bed, not conversating at all.
That's the crazy part, is like, once I realized like how many couples didn't make it during COVID, but in my mind I'm like, that shit about to be lit. Like, y'all finna be in the house all, like, in my mind, like, I instantly turned into a big kid. Like, y'all in the house, especially for people who had kids. If I had kids during COVID, do you know how much fun me and my kids would have been having? Do you know? Like, me and my kids would have had so much fun. But it was almost like, I feel like I had a great time during COVID.
Girl, we was up all the time.
We was kicking it.
Yeah.
And we was following their little guidelines, because people thought we were somewhere.
All the time.
It was like, y'all didn't care nothing about COVID. Y'all was all over the place. I
my
said, where did I go?
That too, yeah.
I didn't go anywhere. We was in the backyard. We was in the backyard, you know. So once, you know, the show that did it for me was, and I never watched this show before, and I don't know how it even got on the TV. And that's when I noticed that it was in like its 11th, or it was 2 digits. I don't know if it was 11 or like 16th season. And
what?
Sister Wives. They was breaking up left and right. During COVID, and because of COVID and the way things felt. So in my mind, I'm like, were they already feeling lonely?
Yes.
Were they sweeping things under the rug, and it's like now everybody in the house, so they tripping over that shit? I'm like, how in the hell y'all got 11 seasons on television showing people, quote unquote, how to be sister wives? And
because you're doing
now
something.
That it's time, now y'all have nothing but time to spend together, y'all break up? Yowza. I was like, what?
Because people are so conditioned to go. You're just in relationships to feel, right? To feel those things that need to get done. A lot of men, I feel like they are in relationships, right, to get needs met.
Only. Ooh, don't trigger me. Why would you say needs met? Why would you say that? Ooh, child.
I'm just saying, because it plays a big part when you see people that have to be around each other 24 hours, and the stuff that annoys them. I'm like,
she said needs met. I went on a whole fucking rant. I recorded it. I'ma post it too. But ooh, child. Go ahead. Motherfuckers and their needs met.
But I'm just saying, like, that's exactly what it is, and that's for men and women.
But you at home together. This is when you should be able to figure out what your needs are. You got more time to meet said needs, because it's me, you, and you, and me, and me, and you. We ain't got to go to work. Like, people didn't have to go to work for a couple months unless they was essential, but you ain't have to go to work. You could kick it.
Yeah, but if you didn't know your spouse
was about to kick it.
Well, we seen a lot of babies made.
Ew.
I'm just saying, we saw a lot of babies being made.
We're not talking about fucking.
But I'm just saying, that was the one thing that people were doing.
Having sex.
But
not getting to know each other.
Because you were still on your phone.
They were still lonely, but I was like, I guess we can do it. Yeah. I guess we can do it. Yeah. But anyway.
That was the highlight of the day. Like, we're gonna fuck tonight. Yes.
So some things that you can feel when you are in a relationship and you possibly is sitting right next to this person, that could possibly be a sign that you are feeling lonely within your relationship is, remember, we sitting right next to each other, right? We either on the couch or we're on the bed. So you feel sad, which that was a definition of lonely. Uneasy silence, like y'all just sitting there, ain't nobody saying nothing. It's just,
yeah.
You looking at him, he looking at you, or her and her, or him and him, or whoever y'all looking at. Lack of excitement, like, no excitement. There's no sparks. Y'all don't be excited to see each other. You don't even want to get with this person and hurry up and share how your day went, this new adventure you got going on. You want your spouse to be the first person, like, let me call Bae and tell him the good news.
Yeah, like, oh my God, this what happened at work. Look at this. Yeah.
Guess what happened today? You know, so y'all can laugh about it and stuff like that. You deliberately avoid spending time together. There's zero sexual chemistry. Now, these could be individuals, or these could all apply. Right? Talking about your feelings constantly, about the feeling of the lack thereof. And Very Well Minds website says, and I had to pull that out. I pulled it right out. Boop. Telling your best friend that things are not working anymore.
And that's the first thing. You be like, girl, I'm ready for this nigga.
This shit ain't working. This shit's not gonna work out. Talk me back in. Talk me back in, bitch. Like, stay in, bitches. Ghetto out here.
You know,
it's loveless. There's not a lot of love. There's not a lot of compassion. There's not a lot of intimacy in the relationship.
Intimacy. I think that's the part that makes you lonely. If you don't have that intimacy, you're not going to talk to them. You're not going to do any of those things. That's what is going to make you boom right there. Style. It was right there.
It's a sign.
Wow.
And if there's a lot of negativity between the two of you, like everything is negative,
fucking issues.
Everything is negative. Like, why is this an issue? So it's like maybe somebody in the relationship is feeling lonely. That's one of the things. Now, how do you get there? If you're in a relationship with somebody, how do you go from in love to loneliness? Love to loneliness. Like, was it a quick jump? Was it years and years and years? Was it something somebody done right away? You never know, right? So
all of the above.
It can be all of the above. Definitely. It could be that you've been in a relationship 10 years, 8 months, 3 days, and 4 or 5 hours, and that one thing happens and it sends you into a spiral. And it sends you into a spiral. I mean, everybody know my little story or whatever, because when I was in a committed relationship, I knew. Like, when people, like, they say you don't know, like, it was, I swear to God, it was 4 years and a few months and a few days, and that one day, it wasn't the same. You know what I'm saying? So that was like the downward spiral of what we had going on. Now, how do you get there? 2018 Pew Research Center survey found that 28% of the people feels alone and dissatisfied, and most of the times within their family lives.
Ooh.
Not necessarily their social lives, but their family lives. So 28% people of the research that they did were dissatisfied and alone, but that was probably at a higher number.
I'm like 28%.
But not knowing, one of the things that can contribute to that is, we're gonna just say it, not knowing who the fuck you are.
That's the biggest thing though that I learned. Not being able to communicate, unexpected expectations. Like, I'm expecting you to understand and know this, but I haven't told you.
Yeah. I expect you to know.
Yeah.
No, you should know.
You should know.
But after so long, you probably should know. But I definitely need to be the one to tell you first.
Unexpected communication.
You definitely can't expect them to know you and what you want if you don't know what you want.
Yes.
And I'm going to just put it out there. If you're not being honest with yourself, and you're not being honest about your wants and your needs, and then all of a sudden you're feeling lonely, but you never properly conveyed it to the person that you're with.
True.
You know, so how is that a thing? Not knowing what you require. I ask people all the time, what do you require in a relationship? And a lot of people can't tell you. So if you can't tell me what makes you happy, how can I make you happy?
I don't think it's the person it's not your job to make me happy.
It's not my job to make you happy, but it's my job to contribute to it. Yes. And if I'm around you and this is something that I want to do, I want you to contribute to my happiness.
True.
So
I get that part.
It's like, if I'm not going to make you worse, I better be making you better.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
So it's not that I need you to make me happy, but if we're going to make me unhappy in a relationship, you need to know how to make me happy in a relationship. It's the same. And it's for both parties. It's not just for one. And the crazy part is, it's more common than not. of course, that it's the long-term relationships where people fall into a level of complacency.
I
hate
like that word.
The day in, the day out, you know. And then, of course, there's little sub things within that creates that complacency, because if you think about it, when I did my research on that one show, which I'm going to go back and watch the whole thing again and type that shit up because it's real. The infidelity one. Yeah. Because it was triggering for me. It was so many commonalities. And it was like, ooh, I was seeing them. Because I watch TV, I listen to it more than anything. And I was like, now what now? Now what the fuck now? And so, babies, when you have children, it creates a void of some sort. And on that show, I'm not saying all men, but on that show, that was the biggest reason for them staying, that they were going to find something to, what's the shit you just said?
Girl.
Their needs.
Have their needs.
Have their fucking needs met.
Hell yeah. Hell yeah. Whew, and that's when I felt the loneliest in my marriage. When my kids were young, that was the loneliest time. The loneliest time.
That's crazy. That was crazy. Yeah, we're going to have to talk about that, because once I realized that was like a real life pattern, like every one of them couples, they was like, oh my God, they showing their marriage period pictures, and we were so married and we was happy and we was on vacation. And then he asked for a baby. And then when she had the baby, I always think about the one who was from Iraq, and he was like, I was just stressed out. I didn't know what it was going to be like, so I started going to the strip club. So you didn't even know what it was going to be like. You don't even carry a fucking baby. But you left her at home alone to figure that shit out by herself. I wasn't mad watching it, but
thinking
the
about
other day,
it.
no, Marriage in Huntsville the other day triggered me. And I made a video about it, because that whole get your needs met shit, that's played out. But yeah, I know they say babies is a blessing, and they're the bundles of joy and all of that. But I don't think everybody's fully prepared for what that brings.
It doesn't. I don't think men are fully prepared for what that brings, because it does take away from them. It does take away from them.
Well, okay. So
I'm just saying.
Scoot.
We're going to move on.
Yes. When I tell you, I was in there and I heard that motherfucker say that. I was in the bathroom and I stopped. I said, what the hell?
She came back out like, what?
And I just opened Snapchat and made a video. But anyway, working, paying bills, life is lifing. You got trauma.
Life is life.
You got, you know what I'm saying, car problems, work problems. All of this shit is pouring into your relationship when you really should check it at the door.
Yeah.
Right? But these things happen and they come into play where you can call that. And then the biggest thing is unresolved issues. They create disappointments. Trigger.
Fire.
Scoot.
Like legit. That and I know for a fact I can't just move on after I feel
let's deal with it right now.
Yeah, bro, I can't. And if
I'm a right now person, we could wait so we could calm down.
Yes, I'm okay with that. But if you don't bring it back up at all, and you want to be like, can I get a hug? Can I get a kiss? Like, nah, nigga, I'm still fucking mad. Like, allow me to say how I feel. I wanted you to understand what the fuck I was talking about. Like, that right there to me is a silent, lonely motherfucking killer.
Is this one bigger?
Hell motherfucking
A spiritual disconnection. Emotional disconnection.
All of that.
Intimacy disconnection.
All of that.
Sexual disconnection. But the lack of willingness, right? And when I thought about the lack of willingness, I had to think like,
why you say
how many levels of willingness is there? Because there's levels.
It is. And you're going to have to do that in another relationship, whether it's with the person that you're trying to do it with or not. Mm-hmm. You're going to have to be willing to do some of the things that, again...
You have to be willing.
You have to. You have to.
When a lot of people be like, I ain't changing for nobody, I'm not. It's like you're not changing for them, but you're willing to change for the benefit of the relationship. You're not changing for me because I don't want you to change. I like you. That's why I fuck with you. Mm-hmm. But for the benefit of this relationship, this is what we both have to be willing to do. Does that make sense?
But then that's a question. I question, like, do you know how like that means, is it somebody for everybody? Because if you don't feel that strongly to want to do that for the person that you said you love, does that mean that you don't love them? Because it's not that you're changing. You should want to evolve to the person. You should want to do those things for that person.
What if they don't know how?
So how long do you...
They have to be willing to want to learn.
Exactly.
That's the difference. Because they may not know how to evolve to what you think that they should be. Because again, if you're not at the top of the list that where we started, explaining to them what you need them to be, you can't be like, well, why the hell they don't know after all this time? Granted, I do feel like when you're in a relationship with somebody, you should be in tune. So you should be willing to want to understand them. You should be willing to want to get to know them. You should be willing to get to know their perks, their little tweaks, the shit they can't stand, and all of that. You should be willing to do that.
Exactly.
You should be willing to want to like adjust. I wouldn't say change, but adjust.
Yes.
You know, you should be willing to compromise.
Like, I know if my tone is at this octave, it irritates.
Let me
tone. Yes.
Adjust the volume a little bit.
Yes.
What about compromise? Like, sometimes it may not be a win-win conversation.
Yeah.
But we need to have a compromise because
it shouldn't be anybody trying to win.
I'm not saying that. I'm just saying that if I feel that this is the right, let's just say in my situation, or an example is if we're talking about our kids, and I feel that we should do this, but you feel we should do it this way, but you think my way is longer and harder, and I think your way is easier and lazier. How do we compromise? How do we compromise?
Ooh, yes,
right?
yes.
You got to be willing to be vulnerable.
Yeah.
Share your fears.
You should want to be able to do that, but that can make you lonely in the relationship as well. When you can't talk to your partner, when you can't express your feelings, when you can't say how you truly feel about something, that makes you lonely.
So Tia said each other. I don't know what each other means, but what if the person you want them to be isn't them? Should they still change? It depends on what you're talking about. Are they the personality or the benefit of the relationship? Because that's what we're talking about.
Yeah.
And if you're not the person that I want you to be in the relationship, I shouldn't be in a relationship with you. Yes. That's my advice.
Yes.
Because what's the point? Because why am I making you change the whole dynamics of who you are, the core of who you are? Then that's not even who I want to be with, because I'm trying to make you a new person. We're talking about us making sure that our relationship is fulfilled and us doing things to make sure that both of us are not in a space where we're lonely together. Because that's what we're talking about today.
Yes.
So you want to share your dreams? What are you passionate about?
Thank you.
You want to be able to share your past traumas, talk about your childhood without it being used against you.
Of course.
That's grown thing. And you want to talk about growth. How should we grow together? You know, and then maybe stop cheating. We're just going to throw that on the list. You know, if you want to step out and do your thing, why don't you fill out an application or something, and then, you know.
Because, you know, men always like to say it's a we can just do it. It has no bearing.
It's just a man thing. You feel me? Oh, my shirt say real love is rare. I ain't even know. Made by me. I was like, what does this say? But, yeah. But we'll not open up about feelings. Sometimes people just won't open up about their feelings. They just refuse to.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? No, won't do it.
Like,
You know what? I'm just
how you doing? I'm good. I'm good.
Yeah. You be crying on the inside like, oh my God. But
that's being vulnerable.
That's what we're talking about. Being vulnerable. Being vulnerable. That's tough. The B word is tough for a lot of people.
Hell yeah.
Like, you want me to do what?
You want me to cry?
Do you feel like vulnerability should be earned?
I definitely fucking feel that way.
All right, cool.
Definitely feel that way, because you can't just. I remember I was just too open to every fucking body. Like I've been told, like, you know, bitch, calm down. You don't want to put bullets in nobody's gun, okay? So what you need to do, again, that vulnerability is nothing wrong with that, but you need to be more selective on who. That's a bitch I'm learning. See that growth right there? I'm just saying.
Don't give them no bullets, friend. Don't give them no bullets.
Yes.
Poor communication, and we're saying that in the sense of don't talk to each other. Shit, won't talk to each other. Just refuse. Like, nope, not talking, not doing it. Talk to me tomorrow.
Yeah, sometimes I'm like that.
I don't talk on Wednesdays.
I'm like that. If I'm not in a place, because I am very snappy. I have a slick mouth, okay? And I can say some shit that will hurt your feelings. And I'm not like that normally. I'm always so if I'm there, that means you've already went to a layer that I don't even like to go to.
Yeah. So
I'm going to keep my mouth shut because I don't want to say something that's going to really fuck you up.
Oh, wow.
That's where the niceness come. But I also feel like, bitch, I got an evil side that I don't want nobody to see.
That's your Aquarius side.
Could be.
It can't be your Capricorn side.
It could be my Aquarius side. Because my son, Justin... Justin will tell you off in your face. It'll make you just seem like, what you say, drop your lip. Like, son, you can't be like that. I'm like, damn, this boy is my child.
Well, you got lack of trust.
That's the biggest thing, though, that make you want to do.
Social media is huge. It says I had to go find something to back me up, because I'm learning research. I got to find my backup,
I need some
right?
more of her juice, and she over here drinking and sitting.
2017 American Journal of Prevention in Medicine said that people who spend more than 2 or more hours a day online are twice as likely to feel lonely in their relationship than those who only spend a half an hour.
Hell yeah, and I be scrolling too much, so I be trying not to. I'm just getting my cup ready because my friend got some good juice over there.
Girl.
And I'm like, she's sipping, and I'm like, okay.
I don't have my whole top lip in this juice. She don't want to. People sit around together alone all the time on their phones and not talking. Like when we go out to eat, I'm a people watcher anyway.
She hates that.
I'm like, how the fuck?
She hates it.
They've been sitting there this whole time. We've been sitting there and they ain't said one word to each other. I don't want to be in a relationship like that.
But even when we hanging out, like if we all hanging out and we on our phone, she be like,
y'all get on my nerves
what
with
we
that
doing?
Shit.
Like,
and then, don't bring it up. Don't bring it up because y'all be doing it too much. And then be like, what?
I know.
And then everybody got different videos playing. I'm just sitting there like,
yeah. Let
me go clean up the kitchen or some shit while they scroll. But anyway.
That is true. That is true.
Comparing your relationships to other relationships on social media.
That is true.
Faking like you are in love on social media, but you are not happy in real life. That's a thing.
That happens all the time. Yeah. All these relationships that we watch on Love and Hip Hop and all that other shit, they have an agenda.
It starts spilling out because they can't hold it in, even though them cameras is rolling. You can't be fake you can't be fake forever. It's gonna start to spill. And a big one is needing someone to fill a void that you need to fill yourself.
That's the biggest one. That's why people stay in relationships that don't fill them, because they're not willing to fill themselves.
It's better to be with somebody than nobody. But then it's like, oh, okay, or I got daddy issues, or I got mommy issues, or whatever.
Unresolved trauma. That is something that again, I didn't know I had daddy issues until I was like, shit, damn.
Only issue I got with my daddy is... No, I'm just saying.
But okay, I can't break it out. I gotta heal that. Heal that.
All right, so it could be genetic.
What?
Loneliness could be genetic.
Really?
It could be genetic. So, remember when we talked about the guy I told you from Unsung that his mom was depressed, so he would go home from school, and now it's a depressed environment, so he's in the dark, she's in the dark, they're in the dark.
Okay.
And he didn't realize that he was adapting her depression with him.
Yes.
So when he would go to school, he's like super, super popular. Like all the girls liked him. He was like known in the town because he would do talent shows, but when they go home, they would be in darkness. And it could be genetic. But that's being a product of your environment. But it genetically means that sometimes that it is, if like we talk about with your mom, if she's pregnant, or both of them. Yeah. Let's just say mama and daddy, in the dark space. Like I watched Black Love, and they finally had a baby, lost the baby, lost his dad, and then got pregnant again. So they was just living in grief, both of them. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So that's heavy shit. But and then people try to get into relationships to try to cure that. Yeah. And it doesn't fill that void. It doesn't ever. It's never gonna work. Right. Now, what are the risks? There are risks. Y'all know we have to look up some risk of being lonely, because if that's the case, it wouldn't be so bad, right? Mm-hmm. And it does cause some serious health issues. So cortisol increase. So I did this for my friend. Cortisol is a steroid hormone that is produced by 2 adrenal glands, which sits on top of each of your kidneys. When you are stressed, increased cortisol is released into your bloodstream. Having the right cortisol balance is essential for your health, and producing too much or too little cortisol can cause health problems, right?
I'm over here like
So basically, it's called like the stress hormone. Mm-hmm. So that's why I said if you release too much or too little, but it can hinder your mental performance, impact your immune system, and increase the risk of inflammation and heart disease.
So when I'm stressed and my legs, my feet is swole, that's because I'm stressing.
It could be.
What?
Stress is a silent killer, baby. Like, listen.
I know. My best
don't
friend
sleep
always
on
say,
stress.
like,
I'll be ready to take off on stress. Mm-hmm. The price that you pay for loneliness might include a range of serious physical and emotional problems, including depression, anxiety, alcohol or drug abuse, domestic violence, and loneliness has been implicated to be in premature death.
Yeah.
When people say, "Oh, she died of a broken heart," have you ever heard that?
Wow. Yes, I have.
Now, how do we change the dynamics?
Come on, y'all.
We need a solution. Well, you gotta actually want to.
You got to be conscious of it.
First things first, like, I want to change the dynamics of this relationship. I would very much like to be back in love with you. I don't want to be lonely with or without you, right?
Yes.
Identify it if it's you. That's the problem. Don't point the finger, because it may not be your spouse. Could be your ass. Therapy. You know we're going to throw a little therapy in there. Coaching.
Hope that. I think everybody needs that.
Or a relationship coach. You know, we're not going to sleep on them.
I think everybody needs mentors. Everybody needs someone to be able to talk to, understand, get more understanding of themselves. Like you said, if you know better, you do better.
Yeah.
Right?
And a lot of people don't have someone to, like, look up to.
Exactly.
Whatever. So, yeah, that's huge.
It is.
And my fave, hugs. Hugs. We had a whole little breakthrough last night with the hug. It was so nice. But hugs cure.
Yeah.
A lot. And then
Hugs.
Dating each other.
Yes, that's what I'm trying to do right now.
Like, actively going on dates with each other. It's fun, though. You should want to be dating anyway, right?
I want to have a good time, but also get to know. I want to go more in depth. If you with somebody for 18 years, you would want to know them. You want to know them.
All of them.
Like,
why your little pinky toe turned to the side like that?
Or why one nostril is a little bigger than the other.
Like you know got 7 hairs in there because I counted them.
Like, stuff like that. Like, I want that. I want that vulnerability.
Yes. So we got Mr. Turner in the building. What's going on, Mr. Turner?
Oh, wow.
Nisha said real is rare. It says real love is rare. Pick your face up. She got the sigh. Yes, you do, sis. Slick with it. Must be talking about your mouth.
Yeah.
And then
let somebody talk about my family. I'm slick with it.
It says I have a rule. I have a rules phone down when we're hanging.
Who said
that? Cassandra.
Oh, okay.
I think that's a good thing. So I've seen it when we tried it a couple of times where when you hanging out, like everybody put their phone down. Ooh, everybody,
she just did.
Everybody put their phone down, and the first person to pick up their phone pays for the check.
Ooh. Oh, we might need to implement that, bitch. Cause
I know I'm eating for free.
She gonna be eating. I'll be the first one.
I'm gonna order crab legs and asparagus. Where we gonna eat first, bitches? Cause I know who. Two.
It would be me.
2 of y'all.
I know it's gonna be me.
Who all gonna be at the dinner table? First of all, because we depending on who gonna be at the dinner table.
So if it's me, I don't want to put people names.
Because y'all know who I'm talking about. They already know they gonna lose.
If the people that is that hang, we look at our phones all the freaking time.
Yeah.
We do.
Y'all gonna
Hell yeah, that's the next outing. The next outing.
How soon? Because I'm ready for a free meal. It's
gonna be nice if she look at her phone. It's gonna be so nice. I'll be like, bitch, and I don't like to lose.
Only way I can lose, I feel like only way is gonna be like, oh shit, I got a meeting I'm supposed to be in. I gotta knock everybody's phone down.
Exactly. Yep.
Because Sam just said how to change the dynamics, change the attitude. Yes,
it's the mindset.
The mindset. Be willing to adjust or compromise. And therapy.
You right, sis.
A little therapy don't hurt nobody. Said, whose fault is it? Tia said, whose fault is it that you don't know your partner?
Who said ain't nobody blaming nobody? I said I want to. I want to be more connected. That doesn't mean that I don't know my partner. I'm saying I want to get
on more levels.
On a different. There are cellular levels of of different things that you can get to know your partner. That's what I'm saying. You should, like we were talking about earlier, you should be able to know their wants, their dreams, their the things that they want to do. You want them to be able to be
random shit that they want to eat for breakfast. Like I swear, my cousin is the best at asking them questions. Like literally, between her and my sister, they ask like the greatest questions.
Who Niche?
Yes. Yeah. So I'll be like,
they know how to talk, like really good.
Just like what was your favorite cereal when you were little? like I want to get to know you, but then it made me realize like how some people may feel like you're not interested in them when you're not asking a lot of questions. But then another part is like you don't know who's comfortable or if we're at a place that's comfortable enough for me to be asking you all these questions.
Yeah. In the beginning of the relationship, but if you're married or if you're with someone with long term, you will want to be more open and honest with that person. Like you should know
on a tantric level.
You know that inhale, exhale,
We don't breathe together.
I don't like how my best friend over here trying like you feel guilty. No, I don't. I'm saying I'm making more a conscious awareness of the things that I want. And to get a more understanding of the person that I am choosing life with. I feel we have forever to get this shit, right? So at the end of the day, if it's now, yesterday, the day after, as long as both parties are willing to keep trying, that's where it goes.
Well, the thing about it is we change every second of the day. Mm-hmm. You're not the same as you was 2 minutes ago because you're growing no matter what. Whether you choose to grow or not, you're still growing within yourself every second of the day. So getting to know your partner on a different level at the beginning of the year is going to be different versus at the end of the year.
True.
Because they're probably changing and evolving throughout the year anyway. So that's why I think those check-ins are important. So maybe creating a deeper connection, like between the two of you, finding out what a deeper connection looks like to each of you. Not what a deeper connection looks like to me, but what a deeper connection looks like to both of us. And we try to create that. Yeah. So sometimes it could be just laying there holding hands, looking at the stars. Who knows, But if that's how y'all want to connect, that's how y'all want to connect. Self-care. And I'm going to say self-care together and individually. Because you got to take care of yourself to be able to take care of somebody else. Yeah. But then if y'all do that together to make sure y'all still creating that bond and taking care of each other together. Yeah. It's just build. It's just, what do you call that? Foundation building.
Yes.
Anyway.
Yes. Like I said, I know my spouse really wants to work out. I have exercise-induced asthma, so I'll be wanting.
Girl, shut up. Why would you get...
So that is something that...
The way you said it, I got self-induced asthma.
I got exercise-induced asthma. So that means as soon as my body starts moving, bitch, I can't breathe, okay? So I'm just trying to build up that. I know that that's something that is healthy for us, but can build us and bring us together. That is something that he is interested in. Something like me. I want to sleep with more meditating things like voices, calming. I want us to do that together. These are things that we both have to compromise on. So then that way we are more connected.
Yeah. The connection is key. What about just purposely nurturing the relationship, like pouring into it, finding different ways to make sure that you guys are complimenting each other on different levels?
I think that sounds amazing.
It does.
No, it does. I remember I used to want to be like, can we be in competition with each other? Who can love on each other the hardest?
If y'all make it, if that's something that y'all agree on.
I like
but you're making it a competition, but are we making it a competition?
That's what I said. When you talk to your partner, you ask those questions like, hey, like, let's see who can go out of their way.
Don't kick off no competition.
I'm just saying.
Because I'm with the shit.
So for me, it's like, okay, well, what have I done today to make my partner feel special, feel loved, feel appreciated?
Yeah.
And it has to be vice versa. I'm definitely in my bag of trying to figure it out, making sure that it's just not me. It like, I want that, but I want to give that.
Yeah. You want it, but you want to give it?
I want that for myself, but I also need to give it as well.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. I get that. And then communication is so key. Communication. Discuss your feelings without judgment.
You should have that with the partner that you're gonna be with, no matter what.
You should be able to talk about whatever.
Anything. Be like, you see this boil on my back? Like,
can you get it? Can you want to put a hot compress on there for me?
Like, it stank too. Can you like just pop it? Like,
oh shit!
Like you see this toe right here? It got a big horn.
I sneezed and peed on myself today.
Hey, the realest shit is when I had to lay next to my husband with a diaper on, bro. I was pregnant with MJ.
Oh, and he put the baby in there, so it's okay.
But it was still the most, like, you're laying next to your
for
man.
You. For me, you, like, humbling.
It was not humbling. That shit was that was some bullshit. Like, how cute is that? As soon as you get up, you piss all on the bed, and then you in diapers. Like I thought we was gonna have more years to do before I have to do this, nigga. I thought this was gonna be, when we was in our...
You don't rush me to the...
I'm feeling real old. Like, dang, babe.
Can you change it? Roll me to this side.
Roll me to this side. Wipe it, please. Wipe it.
Oh, my goodness. Jesus. That's what relationships are about, though.
It's like, that's vulnerable, bitch.
Life partner.
Girl, that's vulnerable, though, okay?
Yeah.
Like, I ain't peed in the bed as a kid, nigga. I ain't like that. Like, it's a little warm on my side, babe.
It's wet.
I know you like to cuddle a little bit. It's gonna be a little wet. He like, dang, babe.
Are you gonna sleep in the pee or not? Because I got pee or not.
He's so sweet though. He would get a towel. Like, let me lay the towel down. I can
scoot to school. Matter of fact, you get on the towel too, because we need to tired of you messing up these sheets.
Oh.
Talk about the past. Talk about the future. Mm-hmm. And talking about the past should not be something that...
Just the negative shit.
Right. Yeah. Negative, and then it shouldn't make it like a heartache. It should be able to, we should be able to discuss it because it's going to build our future. Mm-hmm. Talk about trauma, and dreams, and your wants, and your needs.
Yeah.
Talk to each other. Because y'all sitting right there anyway. Put your phone down. Tune in. Find out where their head is at.
Yeah.
I usually say, share your thoughts.
I had a good conversation with my husband last night. That was so enjoyable. Like, I was able to tell him how my day went, everything. After I smoked, it was a nice little conversation. I felt more connected. I felt more like, wow, I was able to get that out, and I didn't have to talk to anybody else. I was able to just talk to him.
Yeah. Pour it all out where it needed to be at, and he received it.
And received him like, good job, babe. That's hella dope that you did this, blase, blase. I get to hear how his days go because he's at work, at home. So I'm able to see him in his element. I be like, damn, babe, you be doing like handling shit.
Oh, you handle shit. You handle shit. All right, you guys. Well, thank you so much for tuning in to Let's Talk Love. Be sure to come back next week at 5 o'clock. And as always, if you have a topic that you would like to talk about, let us know.
Let us know. We need more.
What you want to talk about matters to us. And Yeah, we gonna come. So it's a lot of things that I've been staying away from because I feel like it's confrontational, or what's the word?
Controversial.
Controversial.
I'm ready.
The word. We got this Kool-Aid. And I'll be like, nah, I don't really want to do that. But we're going to tune into some interesting topics. So shoot us what y'all want to talk about. So just so y'all know, we love y'all. We'll talk to y'all next week.
Hey.